Hi everyone, nice to see you again. I'm Amy Lei, the stock trainer at the Homely Chart Company. Today's video is the 12th of my channel, Amy Stock Analysis Daily. And first of all, I want to apologize for the late update today. I was tied up today, and also I want to tell you that in future my video update time would be changed to 6 p.m. okay, in the afternoon. Okay, alright. So topic for today's video is the penny stocks saw up. What's up? Okay, so we know that for Singapore shares, for Singapore market today, a lot of penny stocks were very crazy, right? So show you one. This is one penny stock. You see, this is a QS9. You see, today the price sold up by 35%. Okay, it's very crazy, a very big rise. One day 35%, right? And you check the price after this big rise is only current price is 0.118. okay, 0.118. It's a very penny stock. And then show you another. This is NR7 Rifles Ideal. Okay, Rifles Ideal today also 29%, and we check currently the price is $0.1. Okay, very big rise, 29% today. And this is another Tianjin T14. T14 today is also 16%, a big rally, and currently the price is $0.955. So 95 cents. This one is stronger than the others, or a bigger one. It's not that a penny stock, right? It's not that small. The first two really the penny stock. Okay, and then this is another V2Y Synergy or Synergy. So the price change today is only around 5%, but you check the recent 3 days, this is also a very big rise, roughly 20% more, I believe, right? Recent 4 days is also quite crazy. And we see currently the price is $0.17 penny stock. And then here is another Way Venture. Way Venture today 10%, and if we check the recent 4 days, also around more than 30%, I believe. This short-term rally here, more than 30%, and the price currently is 0.104 Singapore dollar. Way Venture, right? And then Tuan Sing today is only 5%, but yesterday more than 20%, I believe, right? So currently the price is $0.31. Okay, and show you another Jumbo. Okay, Jumbo, you see today is also around 5%, but the recent 3 days the rally already more than 20%. Okay, so why these penny stocks recently suddenly become so strong? What's the reason? Okay, so and that's one question. The other question is, many people are wondering, is it okay to buy now? Is it okay to buy now? These two questions are what we want to solve in today's video. Okay, so firstly, why recently these penny stocks suddenly become so strong when the other blue chips already lose the upward momentum, right? Okay, so firstly, if we check this, how many 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, these 7 penny stocks I showed you just now, if you check for them, Many of them are related with electronics. QS9 and QS9 is 1 and 1F1 and Y2Y V2Y. These shares are all really, and also NR7. These shares are all related with electronics. And for Tuanxing is actually the main product, or the main business is the property, but it also produce some semiconductor products, so it's also related with electronics, right? So we see among all the 7 shares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are related with electronics, and the other 2 for T14 Tianjin, that's a medicine stock, and for 42R Jumbo, that's we know Jumbo is the seafood restaurant, right? So why? After checking what this company's business are, we realize that e-commerce, this category is this sector is very strong in recent several days. And the reason, actually you can imagine, because of this 6.18 shopping holiday launched by the JD.com, right? So we all know this. And we also know that recently JD.com, the price for this share also sold up. It's very strong. And when there is this holiday, this shopping holiday coming very soon tomorrow, so that's why these shares related with electronics are so strong. So that's from the perspective of fundamental analysis. Then how about for technical analysis? From the angle of technical analysis, why recently these penny stocks so up, suddenly become so crazy? Okay, then firstly we check the index, so we know why. So for STI, we've seen the price hit a high point and then turn downward in recent 5 days. The market in short-term correction, and the upward momentum suddenly becomes quite weak, right? It becomes quite weak. And for many blue chips, they follow the index. And when the market becomes quite weak, the upward momentum is not strong, then the capitals tend to flow into the penny stocks, because penny stocks, the capital is a small one, so the price can be easily controlled with less amount of money. So that's why when the market is weak, the upward momentum is weak, we always see some penny stocks. Quite suddenly become quite strong, because the money would always seek for profit. And when the market is not so safe, the money would flow into the penny stocks because can be easily controlled. But then for penny stocks, we know that, okay, so we have checked the reason why recently these penny stocks are so strong. Okay, and then the second question is it okay now that we enter these penny stocks? For example, the QS9. So okay, QS9. Okay, so we check QS9. Today is a very big rise already, and we previously have learned the combination of homely rainbow and multicolored dragon. Still remember, multicolored dragons is to check the potentiality of this share, how big the opportunity can be in future, right? And homely rainbow is to check the trend for long term and for medium term, for short term. And we always need to trade the shares in medium term to long term uptrend. Means we need a price above the white rainbow, and the white rainbow is going upward, yeah, so means long term uptrend. These types usually are safer, right? So the combination of rainbow and multicolored dragon can help us know the potentiality and also the exact entry and exit points. Okay, actually for penny stocks, they have a common feature for all penny stocks. Stocks around less than 10 cents or around 10 cents or 20-30 cents. These penny stocks, they have something in common. What is it? If you check multicolored dragon, you can get it very easily. Okay, so the character is for the price, the rally. Usually it cannot last for a very long time. Every time when the big boys, the red bar increase to a level, let's say 50% or 75%, it would drop immediately or very quickly and sharply, drop sharply and quickly. And then the price after a rally would in correction for medium term to long term. Means for penny stocks, usually the rally lasts for a shorter time. You check for QS9 and we check this rally is this one. Okay, so we check this rally. Relatively speaking, this rally lasts for a longer time, right? But if you check for the other ones, let's say here. Okay, so here we see the big boys increase sharply, reached 75%, then drop sharply. So this rally lasts for a very short time actually. After the price hit the high, the price never hit new highs after this high point. So this is a very fast short-term rally. This one actually is bigger. And then if we continue to check the longer history, you see, lasts for a very short time. When the big boys reached 70%, drop immediately, quickly and sharply. Okay, so this is the characteristic for this kind of penny stocks, and you can also check some others. You see the same phenomenon. V2Y, let's say V2Y. Okay, V2Y is a sub-new share. The history is not so long, but if we check the current history, you see here the big boys increase sharply more than 50%, then begin to drop sharply. So short-term rally, and then this time increase sharply to 75%, then after that decrease all the time. Means the big boys cannot last for a very long time after they enter this kind of a penny stock. You see, only around 10 cents. And then for this time, from the bottom until now, already seem a little bit high, right? already seemed quite high. And then how do we know the potentiality in future? Later we talk about. And generally speaking, that we know usually for this kind of shares, the rally cannot last for a very, very long time. Every time the big boys reached a high level, 50%, sometimes 75%, then would decrease sharply and never increase again until after a very big drop. Okay, and you can also continue to check some other 1F1. 1F1, why venture? You see, every time the big boys reached, you see this time about more than 70% for several days, then drop sharply. Means for this kind of share, we only trade for short, relatively speaking, shorter term. It's not like we can buy and hold for 6 months or 1 year or even more, even longer. That's not the type, because penny stocks not so reliable. The big boys, they would leave very soon, because this is more speculation oriented for this kind of penny stocks. Okay, so that's it. Then after we have understood the feature of this kind of penny stocks, opportunity only for short term, right? Opportunity only for short term. Then how can we deal with this kind of share? When do we leave after we have made some profit? Okay, so we still can check the MCD. For example, for this rally, we see the big boys increase, right? And then we have a rally after that. And then what we can do is we need to find the longest red bar. Okay, so here, let's say at this moment, this is the longest red bar, right? This is the longest red bar. We draw a box cover the high and the low. We draw a box to cover the high and the low of the of the candle corresponding to the longest red bar. For example, at this moment, this is the longest red bar of multicolor dragon, right? And then we draw the box cover the high and the low. If in future price drop below the bottom, I sell immediately, because that's the moment when the big boys already left. Okay, so you see, price hit a new high, so it means it's not really the moment the big boys leave. So keep holding, and then this long red bar higher, slightly higher than this one, so we take this as the new standard, high and low. Price never drop below, so no need to sell. So here, below a little bit already, right? So this candle tells us that this is already the moment that the big boys leave. This is a very short-term rally, but big boys already decided to leave. So after that, the price very high probability would continue dropping. You see, the big boys decrease all the time, retailers increase all the time. Then see the price drop to a very low level, right? So this is for this time we have checked. You also can check this rally. After the correction, the big boys increase and retailers decrease, and we see a rally, and then we see clearly this is the longest red bar of multicolor dragon, right? And then I draw the box cover the high and the low. So when the moment the price drop below the low price of this key candle here, that's the moment we need to leave. Okay, so confirmed we have to leave. After that, we see the price drop further to lower levels. If I zoom in for you to check, this is the first time how we can escape the top. After a rally, we follow the big boys to take profit and leave. So you see here, the big boys leave here at the low price of this key candle, and then we sell at this moment. We avoid a further drops, and then for this time you can see the same phenomenon. Okay, so the longest red bar of multicolor dragon is this one, right? And then we draw the box. This is the day confirmed. Big boys already left, and we can sell on that day. Okay. After that, big further drops. Okay. Okay. If I zoom in, this is the high we have managed to escape by following the big boys taking profit. Okay, so with this method, we will know when we need to sell in future for wave venture, right? So let's say bring out the rainbow. Just now we check the multicolor dragon. We know when to sell following the big boys taking profit, right? And then for the homely rainbow, we can check the long-term trend. Currently, the price just upward penetrate the white lines of homely rainbow. We know this might be the beginning of a long-term reversal, and I didn't download data, so this is the data for yesterday. So today, that's the big rise for wave venture, right? So today, wave venture is a big rise. The price already confirmed above the white lines of homely rainbow. Means this should be the long-term reversal. But the problem is, although this is the long-term reversal point, because this is a penny stock, we are not sure how long the rally in future can last, because we know penny stocks, the rally usually lasts for shorter time. We checked the history for the penny stocks just now, right? So usually it's a very short-term rally, maybe sometimes longer time, but generally speaking, very short. So after this big rally, we are not sure. We're not sure in future how long the price can continue going up, right? So that's why we can check. That's how we can check the multicolor dragon. Let's say in future, after today's big rise, right? So in near future, if the price continue going up, the red bar would increase, right? So we can always check the longest red bar in future and find the corresponding candlestick. Draw the box cover the high and low of this key candle. As when the moment the price drop below the low price of the key candle, that's the moment we need to follow the big boys to sell. Okay, so for many people, maybe they're considering to buy after this very big rise, right? So I switch to the real-time chart, 1F1, 1F1. Okay, so this is today's rise for wave venture, and we see the retailers already disappear completely. Big boys reached 50%. So this might be a very good entry point for short-term trading. But after that, how long the rally can last? You can follow the longest red bar of multicolor dragon in future to decide your exit points. Okay, so that's how we can trade this kind of share, wave venture, and then we can also check some other the other ones, let's say QS9, right? So QS9. So QS9 today, price already also above the white rainbow. Above white rainbow. So and the retailers almost disappear, right? So in near future, if you want to trade, maybe you set your stop loss at the white rainbow lines, and as long as the price drop below, we stop loss, right? And then if the price in future can continue going up, the big boys will increase, right? So you always can check the longest red bar in future, and when the price drop below the low price of that candle corresponding to the longest red bar of multicolor dragon, you can sell. Okay, so that's for QS9. And some people are arguing, is it possible that we can catch this this big rally today, right? But I need to tell you that for these several shares we have mentioned, 7 shares altogether, right? For some, we can catch the big rally today, but for some, we cannot. Okay, so let me go back to the slides for you to check. Okay, so QS9, before the price upward penetrate the white rainbow, the big boys not so much, and too much retailers there, and the price below the white rainbow lines, which is the strongest resistance. This is not a very safe entry point. Okay, so means for this big rally today for QS9, we can give it a pass because it's not some very safe entry point for today, right? And then for the other, let's say NR7, how about this one? Actually, for this one, this is much better because we see the price before the big rise today, the price sideways, and here when the price above all the rainbow lines, the yellow rainbow, the blue rainbow, because this is a sub-new share, we currently haven't yet have the white rainbows. White rainbows stand for the long term, because that's why currently we don't have the long term white rainbow lines, but we have the yellow and the blue, right? And blue is the medium term to long term, yellow is the medium term. This candle here corresponding to this relatively speaking longer red bar. This is after a very big sharp rise, then we get a long red bar, and retailers disappear completely. Actually, at this moment, when we see the following day price open low and continue going up all the time, this is the very safe entry point because the price already confirmed above all the rainbow lines. Rainbow lines would be the support, and the big boys already increased more than 25%. Then this entry point is quite safe for short term. You either enter around the closing price of this candle or the open price of today's big rally. Okay, so this is some opportunity we can catch, okay, based on the multicolor dragon and homely rainbow. And how about T14? This one actually also is quite a good opportunity that we can catch. Why? See here, this is when the price already above the white rainbow lines. We call it a long-term bullish reversal. And then we see a 2 days correction to test the support of the white rainbow lines. At the same time, we see the retailers disappear. This candle, retailers disappear, and price get support at the white rainbow lines. Finally, close higher than the white rainbow lines. This marks the beginning of a rally. So this is also a very safe entry point for us based on the rainbow and multicolor dragon. Conditions for entry: retailers disappear completely, big boys increase to more than 25%, or even sometimes it's already 50 or even higher, right? And big boys can be stable around, can be stable. Let's say you see here quite stable, and increase also quite stable. And price above the white rainbow lines means already the long-term reversal, and support is strong enough, and then you enter either this candle or this candle. You can catch the recent 2 days rally. For this one also can catch, right? Because this is the moment when the price successfully stand above the white rainbow lines, long-term bullish reversal. Retailers disappear already, big boys around 50%. Although we have some small correction, still the big boys remain above 25 and no retailers appear. You can enter around this candle, or even the open price of this candle after the upward gap, right? So this one also can catch. For this one is not easy because today is the first day. The price finally successfully above the white rainbow lines, and retailers disappear already. In near future, we still might have opportunity for short term for this one, right? And how do we trade after a very sharp rise in recent 4 days? Draw a half level to cut the body of this long green candle, right? Then if in near future closing price remain above the half level of this long green bar, you can buy and hold. But when the price drop below the half level of this long green bar, you need to stop loss. And if you buy in near future, and then the price really go up like what we have expected, then when to sell? Follow the longest red bar of multicolor dragon. When the price drop below the low price of the candle corresponding to the longest red bar of multicolor dragon, that's the moment we need to leave. Okay, and this one for Tuanxing. See, yesterday that's the biggest rally, and we see the price closing price around the last white rainbow lines, and retailers almost disappear completely, and big boys already above 50%. We see the big boys also quite stable, right? Before that, quite stable. And so today actually you can buy. When the market open, you already can buy this one. So this one is something we can catch today. So in future, how to trade? Currently, this bar is the longest red bar, right? So we can always focus on the top and the bottom of this longest green bar. Of course, for this one, because this is very long bar, right? Very long candle. If we really wait until the price drop below the bottom, we already at great loss. So what we can do is we can check the closing price of this key candle, because closing price is also the level of the last white rainbow lines, strong support. If you can take a higher risk, maybe can take the half level of this long green bar. If price remain above the correction in near future, remain above half level, you still can hold. But if drop below the half level here, you definitely need to leave immediately. Means what? This is very possible, very likely that this is already the moment when the big boys decide to begin to leave. The rally is just a short time lasting. Okay. And this one for Jumbo. Jumbo currently is at a resistance of the last white rainbow lines, right? So if tomorrow the price can above, and we see the big boy is quite stable, right? So in near future for short term, the rally might still continue, but how long the rally can last? Always check the longest red bar of multicolored dragon in future so that you can know when you need to sell. Okay, so that's the method I'm sharing with you today. Firstly, for such kind of penny stocks, I have shared with you the reason why when the market, generally speaking, weak in correction for short term, these penny stocks can be so strong, so crazy. I share with you two perspectives. First perspective is based on the fundamental, and the second perspective is based on the technical analysis, the charting. And we know for technical, we check the money flow, right? So the reason when the market is weak and the penny stocks rise is because when the market weak, money would always flow into those shares that can be easily controlled. What kind of shares can be easily controlled? The movement can be easily controlled. Penny stocks, because the capital is small one, we can control the price easily with even smaller amount of money. So big boys big boys may switch or transfer to those penny stocks for some certain time. But in generally speaking, we know that for penny stocks, for this kind of penny stocks, around 10 cents or 20 cents or 30 cents, usually the rally lasts for shorter time. We better do short-term trading first. And how do we know when is the exit point? When is the moment the big boys want to take profit? We check the longest red bar of multicolored dragon in future. If the price in future drop below the low price of the candle corresponding to the longest red bar of multicolored dragon, that's the moment the big boys take profit, and that's the moment we need to follow the big boys, take profit, clear position, and stay sidelines. Okay, so that's all I'm all about today's sharing. In the end, I also need to remind you that emphasize again, the video update time in future would be changed to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. And finally, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumb up, and don't forget to share with your friends and tell them to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so that's all for today. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.